Hello and welcome. In this video, we will be discussing about simple arithmetic operators in the universal function in NumPy. Okay, so we can use arithmetic operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division directly between NumPy arrays, but this section discusses an extension of the same. So we will also use objects like lists and tuples to perform arithmetic conditionally. So arithmetic conditionally means that we can define conditions where the arithmetic operation should happen. Okay. So all of the discussed arithmetic functions take a where parameter in which we can specify that condition. So addition, okay. So the add function I'm highlighting over here, the add function sums the content of the two arrays and returns the result in a new array. This we also discussed in the previous video. So let's get to the coding part. So suppose I first have to import numpy as np. So import numpy as np. This is the first step. Okay. Then the next line, suppose that I am creating two arrays using numpy. So array1 is the name of the first array, and I'm writing array1 is equal to np dot array, the traditional process which we use to create the array. If you don't know this, then you should see the earlier videos. I have taught that how we can create arrays using numerical Python. Okay, so inside my arrays, I'll just put in some elements. For example, I'm putting 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I've put in a bunch of numbers over here. Then I'm going to take a second array, and the name of this array will be array2, and array2 will be equal to array2 will be equal to 20, 21, let's say. So 20, comma 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so I've taken two arrays over here, and the new array, so the array in which I want to store the results, I'll name it new array. So new array is equal to np dot add. Okay, np dot add, and inside the bracket I'll write the name of array1 comma array2. Okay, so this is how we use the addition of the this is how we use the adding operator in universal function np dot add array1 and array2, and now I want to print the new array. Okay, so new array. Okay, shift and enter, and okay, yeah, so we have got the result. 20 plus 10 is 30, 21 plus 11 is 32. Yes, all right, so I've got the desired output. Okay, similarly we can use subtract method or the subtract function. It subtracts the value from one array and returns the result in a new array. So for using the subtraction method, I'm using new array. Okay, new array, and I'm writing new array is equal to np dot subtract, and inside I'll be writing array1 comma array2. So it will subtract the values in array2 from the values in array1. So array1 comma array2. Okay, and then I want to print it. So print. Okay, shift and enter. So yeah, if you check out this array, I have not taken a new array, I've used the same old array. So if you check out this array, if I subtract 10 minus 20, so obviously my outcome will be minus 10. If I subtract 11 minus 21, so my outcome will be minus 10. Okay, so in all the cases the outcome is minus 10. So this is the desired output which we were looking forward to. So yeah, we got this output, and next we move on. So multiplication. So how can we do multiplication? We will just write new array, new arr is equal to np dot multiply okay, and array1 comma array2, and simply we will print it. So print new array. Okay, just notice one thing, that the value of new array changes every time we use a different operator. So shift and enter, and we see that the two arrays, they are multiplied. Okay, so you can check out the array. 10 into 20 is 200. Okay, similarly you can check out for all the other numbers. So this is the desired output. Okay, now moving on, we go to the division. Okay, so for division, let's change the array we have been using. Okay, multiplication I did over here, not a problem. Okay, so I'll just cut it from here and I'll copy paste it over here. Okay, I'll insert cells and I'll make this a markdown cell using escape and M, and then I will simply paste it over here and press shift and enter. Done. Okay, alright. Now moving on to division. The divide function divides the value from one array with the values from another array and returns the result in a new array. Okay, so for division, let us take a different array. So suppose that array1 is equal to np dot array, and this time I'll be taking some values 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, the first array I'll keep the same. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Okay, and I'll take one more array, and this array I'll name it as array2, and array2 is equal to np dot array, and this I'm taking as, let's say, 3, 5, 10, 8, 2, 5, 10, 8, 2, 33. Okay, different bunch of numbers. And in the new array, I want to store the division, so np dot divide, and I'll write array1 comma array2. Okay, so it basically divides the values in array1 with the values in array2. Okay, so print shift and enter. Okay, there is some spelling error, we will rectify it. All right. Okay, okay, so new array is equal to np dot divide. Now it will work. Great. Okay, so as a programmer, we should also know how to rectify errors. Okay, errors will come, but it is our responsibility to know how to resolve them. Okay, so yeah, when 10 is divided by 3, the output is this one, 3.33333. Okay, when 20 is divided by 5, the output is 5. When 30 is divided by 10, the output is 3, and so on. So this is how we do the division. Okay, so moving on, now we come to the power function. So the power function rises the values from the first array to the power of the values of the second array and returns the result in a new array. Okay, so most of us already know what a power means basically. Okay, so what is this? Yeah, all right. So power function. So for using the power function, I can take a new array or I can use the previous array. So let us use the previous array. So I'll write new array is equal to, I want to store the result in new array. So new array is equal to np dot power. Okay, and inside I'll write array1 comma array2. Okay, and I'll do print new array, shift and enter, and there we go. So let's see what the array was. So 10 to the power 3 is 1000. Great. 20 to the power 5 is 3000. You can check it. So sorry for the background noise, the dogs are barking. Anyway, so 30 to the power 10, you can just do it manually on a calculator and you can check. But I believe that you should trust Python because it will not give you wrong results. So yeah, this is how we can do the power. Okay, this is how we can use the power function. Moving on, then we move on to the mod and the okay, mod, quotient and remainder also we have. So let's first use the mod. Let's first use the mod. Okay. So for using the mod, it will return the remainder. Okay. It will return the remainder. So this mod function and the remainder functions returns the remainder of the values in the first array corresponding to the value in the second array and returns the result in a new array. So let's see how this one will work. So okay, I'm using the previous array, the array which we used in this one, in the power and in the division. So I'm using the same array. So I do not have to write the values once again. So simply I can write a new array is equal to np dot mod, and inside array 1 comma array 2. All right, and then I can write print new array. Okay, so shift and enter, and there we go. So basically mod function, if you're familiar with the mod function, well and good. If you're not familiar, I explain it to you right now. So mod is basically, see what is happening. Let me see where the array is. Okay, so what is happening when you divide 10 with 3? When you divide 10 by 3, if I do 10 by 3, so on the top the quotient will be 3 and the remainder will come to be 1. So mod function is basically used to return the remainders. Similarly, if I divide 20 with 5, then there will be no remainder. Okay, so because 5 4s are 20, there is no remainder, so the remainder will be 0. If I divide 30 by 10, there will be no remainder. Okay, 8 5s are 40, so no remainder. 50 gets divided by 20, no remainder. But 60 does not get divided by 33. So whatever remainder will be, that remainder will be displayed over here. So we get the desired output. Okay, so this is the use of the mod function. Okay, all right. Similarly, we can use the remainder function as well. We can use the remainder function as well. So new array is equal to np dot remainder array 1 comma array 2. Okay, so these two functions are basically used for performing one and the same thing. So we can either use the mod function or we can use the remainder function. Okay, all right. If I want my program to return both the if I wanted to return both the quotient and the remainder, I want to know both the quotient as well as remainder, then what we can do is, first let me add some cells over here. Yeah, if I want my program to return both the quotient and the remainder, then what we can do is, I'm taking the same array again, I'm writing new array is equal to np dot div mod. Okay, so this is also function div mod. So it will return both the quotient and the remainder, and inside I am specifying my array. So array 1 and array 2, I want the operation to be performed in these two arrays, and I'll print this. So print shift and enter. Okay, so all right, so the function returns both the quotient and the mod. The return value is two arrays, so we are getting two arrays. The first array contains the quotient and the second array contains the mod or the remainder. Okay, so the universal function basically makes our life little easier because we do not have to iterate or write for loops and different kind of loops for performing simple operations on arrays. We can simply import the NumPy library and use it using the universal function. So hope this tutorial is clear to you. We'll meet you again in the next tutorial. Till then, take care. Bye.